So now you can see there's no more blue gunk on any of those processors. All cleaned off, and an awful lot of blue cotton wool buds as a result of the process. So the next stage is all about reworking the solder joints around the processors. So I'm going to use this rework station that I've recently acquired off eBay. It's already come in handy for fixing all sorts of things. It's cheap, it's not particularly good, but it does the job. And I'm going to set my rework temperature to 400 degrees centigrade and set the air level to medium-ish. Okay, so I'm about 4.5 on there. Okay, so when I remove this, it'll preheat the element and tell you the temperature it's going to. And you might think that 400 degrees centigrade is really, really hot and it's going to burn the board and blister it like we've seen on some of the other examples, but it should work okay. The skill is not to keep in the same place too long, and watch to see the joints melt and then move on. So this one's ready to reflow. Remember that reflowing solder joints is often called refluxing, and it requires flux. Okay, otherwise you'll just get a dry, nasty joint. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of flux on across all the pins, okay, of each line like that. My shaky hand. And you can also see that I've protected other components with some tin foil because it's really close to what I'm doing. So I hope that helps not to melt the plastic. Okay, so that's that one done. I'm just going to do exactly the same on the next one now. Okay, so I think I'm pretty well done there. I'm just going to clean up a little bit of flux. You don't need to, it is non-clean flux. By the way, the flux that I'm using is this Kingbo. Again, it's bought off eBay, you can find it anywhere. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, because there's quite a bit just around the board. Okay, so I've finished now. I've done these three here, these little ones, and this one here, and this one here, and this one here, and this one here. And the black ones appear to be 12 volt 3 watts bulbs, and they're all the capless 5mm, so like the T5 style. The grey ones are 1.2 watt, again same style of bulb, so it's 12 watt 1.2 watt, and I'm also using 12 watt 1.2 watt for the blue ones, because they look the same, and I can't seem to find any specification that's different, and I hope that that works alright. Okay, just a precaution, I'm just handling the bulbs with a piece of tissue paper, or you can put gloves on, but it's best not to handle halogen bulbs with finger grease, okay, because it shortens the longevity. So I'm just going to replace all of them. I think there are, what are there, 4, 8, 13 altogether, and that's cost me about £6. Not from Volvo. Okay, so I'm just putting the new bulbs in the holders, and I'm just going to, it's got a 9 volt battery here, PP3, and I'm just going to test each bulb before I put it back in the instrument panel. Okay, just to make sure they're all working. Okay, so all the blue ones, just put the bulbs in the blue ones, and just make sure they're all working before put them in the dash. There we go, just got the grey ones to do. Grey ones now, just make sure they're all working. Yep, that's okay, that's good, and that's good, and that's good. Okay, so we'll just put those back in the panel, and we'll try it back in the car. Okay, if anyone's interested in the bulbs I've put in, these are Lucas bulbs, so they're not really the best, but it's what our local shop's got. So for the grey and the blue, we've got LLB 286, and they're 12 volt 1.2 watt capless bulbs, and LLB 1018, and they're 12 volt 3 watt capless bulbs. Okay, and they were used for the black ones. Okay, so when you're assembling the panel back together, be really careful of these springs that operate the tachometer and the speedo. Okay, you need to align them up, make sure you look and make sure they go in the holes that they're supposed to go in really carefully before you push it together, otherwise they get damaged. Okay, I've just got to reconnect the negative terminal on the battery, and then I shall be back to show you. Okay, we're back in the car, and this is the test. New bulbs, all the displays, see if everything's working. Unfortunately, and very unusually, it's a nice bright sunny day in Britain, so you can see all sorts of reflections. And let's see what happens. Can't see anything. There we go, we have a tachometer. We have out of focus. Okay, so we've got miles, average, blah blah blah. No messages. We have an odometer, a trip, and we have a clock. I'll set the clock in a bit. We've got parking brake, seat belt, fuel gauge, tacho working, and I'll just take it for a spin around the block, but it looks absolutely fantastic. And there's the high beam bulb working as well. If I open a door, we get a warning triangle, and there aren't any lights on that shouldn't be on. Absolutely brilliant and well worth the 3 hours work. Okay, so we've just come out to check the new lighting, new bulbs at night time, and oh my gosh, it's brighter than it's ever been. It's absolutely gorgeous. In fact, I don't think I've owned the car since it looks like that. Absolutely fantastic. So everything works. I've been out, took it for a test drive, all the dials work, all the functions work, all the lights work, everything works. So I'm absolutely thrilled to bits. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.